don't stop believing in your dreams. You have to do it. Everyone was against my decisions when I started my career, but I'm glad that I didn't listen to the negative people, but I listened to my heart. Just do it.
We're live here with the incredible Stefania Logato. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm doing great. I'm from Dubai right now, so for me it's morning. I guess for you is what, 9 o'clock in the evening, right? Yes.
9
so
o'clock.
It's like 12 hours difference.
Right. Early morning for you, late night for us. But that's the benefit of building a business online and having unlimited access to the internet. You can connect with anyone in the world. And I mean, you're up bright and early. One thing you mentioned when we were talking on the phone earlier is, you don't need caffeine. You're just naturally just jazzed up. Have you always been like that?
Yeah, always been like that. My nickname was Tornado when I was a little child because I was being full of energy. And I didn't even have coffee yet. I've just been drinking water. I will have coffee later, but I'm totally fine. I'm like this all the time.
Tornado. All right. Everyone needs a nickname like Tornado. That's just going to get the blood moving. And your whole career has been pretty amazing. I first, just for the listeners, I first met you because I actually saw you speak at a massive convention, and you crushed it talking about Instagram, talking about different tips for growing your influence and posting content that resonates with the audience, and just overall being able to tell the truth, live your truth. And you do such a good job at that. So first of all, bravo on that. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I loved it. I love to give content. I love to share my heart to people and being authentic and honest, because I believe that today people have access to so many things, and they can tell if you're fake. They can tell if you're not being honest. And I love to empower and work with women. So yeah, right now I'm using my Instagram. I just started my TikTok as well because I heard so many speakers saying that we should start that as well. So let's see how that goes. But I believe in building online as offline as well, both things at the same time.
Yeah, TikTok seems to be the next wave. Everyone's getting jazzed up about it. And I mean, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, you can basically create these, short clips with music over them. It's a ton of fun. And I think it's interesting that families are all getting to do it. Like a lot of times on Facebook, you don't see, parents and their kids vibing together. But on TikTok, it's like this, everyone's down to do it together. It's pretty cool.
In the beginning, it looked more like a teenager, like children app. And more and more the parents were on Facebook, and the boomers, like my kids say Facebook is for boomers now, and they're all moving into TikTok. But honestly, now you see grown-ups joining as well, and I've been following lots of experts, and they said that sooner or later it's gonna grow more and more and more. So I'm just trying. I mean, I don't even know how to use it yet. I just made a video last night. My son is editing for me because I don't know how to use yet the whole apps, but I'm paying him for that. So yeah, he got a job now. I pay him for every video. I give him $20 for his TikTok videos. So it's cool.
Putting your kids to work. There's a golden nugget right there.
Always. Another child, the oldest one, is taking care of our, J office, which is our, where we do all the calculations, and he's taking care of other private things for their job. Of course, I have 3 boys, and they have to earn their pocket money. And I'm not just going to give them money. I have to work to make money. So why shouldn't they?
You mentioned just the come up when you were younger. You had a very different childhood for a lot of people, and you've kind of went through this roller coaster, what seems like this up and down, and it definitely seems to have kind of painted who you are today. Could you touch a little bit on how you became who you are, sort of your pre-college, college, and what happened after college?
So I'm Italian, but when I was 14, I decided, my parents didn't send me there, but I decided that I wanted to go to boarding school in Switzerland because I had a few friends where their parents were divorced and they went there. And I went to the school with very wealthy and rich kids, and I definitely I understood the power of connection, of networking, your friendships, and I mean, I did it all out of love and no interest, but then I realized how cool it was to have friends with a private plane, and how cool it was to go to that wedding, and so I was very highly connected, but which did not really help at the end in my network marketing connections, because none of them joined my business when I started. But still, it gave me a millionaire mindset, which I believe it totally helped me later on in my career not to limit myself. Because I believe so many people, when you speak to them about big numbers, they think, oh, that's not for me. Oh, no, that's not possible. Or they are afraid to even make more than $10,000 a month. And that upbringing, instead really, really helped me to have a big mindset. Another thing that really helped me was because it was an international boarding school, I was able to learn how to live with Japanese and how to live with Americans, how to live with South Africans. And that really helped me to adjust to different cultures, which today, having a big team in 117 countries, definitely helped me. And it also made me very independent, because if you leave home when you're 14, I still had my parents backing me up, but I still had to, fight myself around with different peoples. And so it was cool. But that wasn't always like, and there I met my high school sweetheart. I met him. We got married. We had 3 kids. But when we had a tough divorce, when we divorced, I found myself in a real big financial struggle. And if all your life, if you are always, pretty comfortable, it was very hard to find myself from, having a good, comfortable lifestyle to being completely broke, literally to the point that I didn't have enough money to go to the supermarket. My parents didn't accept the fact that we divorced. They wanted me to go back anyway, even though there was some I don't want to say it anymore, so I'm not gonna say it, because I promised I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, even though it was hard, I mean, some people know the story because I said it in the past, but now we are friends, and we all forgave each other, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. But let's say that I didn't have my dad backing me up, and I didn't have my ex-husband backing me up financially, so I was completely on my own.
Yeah, and you're on your own, and you're like, oh man, kind of the ships get cut from you, and you don't know a life like that. So you really have to jump on your feet and utilize all these skills to start connecting and networking. And you didn't just use those skills. I mean, you went ripped through the ranks. I mean, what you're doing now is what most people can't even fathom. What do you think makes you such a good networker on top of just knowing all these different cultures?
I think really, and I don't want to sound cheesy, but that I really do care about people and I love people. And it's not about me, but it's about empowering and helping others. Of course, I know that by doing that, I also get financially free. But many people know the story of the night when I was reaching, top rank in my company. And instead of worrying about closing my rank, I was all concerned about closing the smaller people, my top leaders ranks as well. And people were like, but Stefania, what about you? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. So in our company, they're very strict. If you don't close the rank that night, it doesn't matter, 1 minute later, you're done. So literally I did everybody else's rank. I helped them to do it until 2 minutes before. And then right on the last minute, I took care of my, of the end of my rank. And that remained a little bit in the history because many people witnessed that. But it's just the way I am. And I believe that it definitely helped me in my career because people didn't feel I was taking advantage of them, but I was actually helping them.
Right. And you talked about being able to paint a much bigger picture. Like when you mentioned with your husband, when you first met him, he was crushing it in life, making a very healthy, significant income.
Yeah.
But you feel like you guys really complemented each other.
Yes, because, Daniel comes from a humble background. And you can imagine, a boy from the countryside of Germany. His friends, are all like school teachers, and his parents. Like he always tells the story. Very amazing people, but very simple. So he's hitting the $10,000, $15,000 a month. Of course, he's totally happy. And I mean, it is a lot of money, don't take me wrong. But he's like, he's thinking, I made it. I'm at the top of the world. And then I come in the picture, and I didn't make him feel bad at all. But when he told me, hey, let's move to Dubai, I'm like, well, I'm making $3,000. You're making $15,000. We have 3 boys. In Dubai, you need to pay rent. You need to pay schools before. Honestly, I don't think we really, and it's very expensive. So we are not rich enough to really move there comfortably. And, I still have to pay some debts that I was left with my divorce. I don't think I can come. And it's like, all of a sudden, he says the reality hit him. And I'm like, well, the truth is that I need to think bigger. I have a family now. I have a wife. At the time, I didn't grow my business yet. So we both really went to work. And it wasn't only about the money. It was really about building a legacy, building something that it was going to last forever. So we really worked hard to the point that sometimes we didn't see each other for a month. But we really went and worked super hard. And today I would say we have quite an amazing big team all over the world. Yes.
Yeah. And you mentioned you started thinking bigger. Do you think that there's a certain aspect to that statement that people can self-discover? Like, what do you think makes people start to think bigger? Is it something you're born with, or something you kind of figure out as you go?
I think in my case, I was born with it. And in Daniel's case, he figured it out. So in both ways, you can do it. In my case, I wouldn't know how to get, for me, it was normal to go shopping and buy a $1,000 dress when I was a child. So I saw my mom doing it. My friends were going shopping sometimes in the afternoon for $20,000. And I felt if I'm spending $3,000, I'm being a good girl. So it was like a different surrounding, which brought me up that way. Daniel, instead, he learned it on, growing up. But I was one of the reasons why it made me fall in love with Daniel was because finally I saw a self-made guy and not somebody that just had money because the parents had money and they were just spoiled. And many times these kids, because they don't have a purpose and a goal in their lives, they end up into drugs, they end up into wasting their parents' money. So I was super happy to see the network marketing world, which gave opportunity to everyone to really, grow their income, grow their net worth, and to see Daniel like that, it really, really made me fall in love and build something together, and not, be just born into it like I was at the beginning.
Yeah, I think my favorite aspect of just this whole networking world is there's nothing better than just being surrounded by people you love and enjoy that are your friends. Something I would love to do is throw dinner parties. I think everybody should throw dinner parties. It's very simple. Throw a little potluck. Everyone make something and invite everyone you can over to your house. Maybe even have them bring a friend. This could be a good way for you to just meet and network more people. I mean, me moving out to Santa Monica, California, there's so much opportunity around me, but it's just around me if I'm not out there taking advantage of it, meeting and networking. So I took I took a page out of your book with that. And I just think that that whole profession of direct sales is a great way to meet people, but there are so many amazing ways to generate an income in today's society. Building a business online, e-commerce, real estate, whatever you're doing.
Totally. I mean, we took our network marketing money and we invested in real estate, and now we have apartments and houses being rented, and that's another way of having passive income. We are investing our money in different ways. I was brought up with businessmen doing the traditional business all the time, and they are ups and downs in every business. I don't like when people say, oh, network marketing is the only way. No, network marketing is a great way. I love it. With a very small investment, you can build a huge team and a huge income. But on the other hand, it's also good to take this money and invest it in different things. Do not only depend on one source of income.
Yeah, having multiple streams of income is definitely a lifesaver for so much people. But, a lot of people are working a 9 to 5 and they're doing fine in their life or they're struggling, whatever it is, but they don't have the time when they get home to, even take that hour or two. What do you think we can do to kind of condition ourselves to utilize that time more effectively? Because we all have time, right? We're scrolling through Instagram.
That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. I think so many people today waste their time in front of Netflix, on social media, unless you are being proactive. But, many times just, I look at my parents that now are older, and they definitely worked all their lives. And today, they are just scrolling with their finger, checking Facebook, checking their grandchildren. And honestly, so much time is wasted on those applications and on Netflix. So I believe that if you don't have time to really do anything, then you should change what you're doing, because time is so important. Time for me is priceless, because time is what gives you time with your loved ones, what gives you time to take care of yourself. So I think there is no excuse. I think that if you're driving your way back home, you can, be on the phone with your headphones and talk to build your business. When you come home, turn off the TV and call the people. When you are doing, I don't know, I'm multitask, and I think women are very good at it. But when when I'm cleaning up the house, when I'm cooking, I am many times on the phone. And I believe we can do that and change our lives instead of keep on doing it what you hate to do. If you love what you're doing, then keep on doing what you're doing. But if you don't, you need to take action to change that.
Yeah, that multitasking tip is huge there. Just when you're cooking and you're on your AirPods or, whatever type of headphones that are sitting on your ears, it just makes everything so much better. It makes it feel better. It makes you feel more productive. It makes the time go by. You're doing dishes. You're doing laundry. You could be on the phone. You could be talking to someone, connecting. My roommate the other day said, I have an issue with just keeping in touch with people that don't live near me, like long distance friends. And I was mentioning to her, I'm like, as long as you have a foundation with somebody, a lot of the times, a call once a year is enough just to keep that relationship going, So making sure you're staying creative by reaching out to people in a creative way that shows that you care is going to go a long way in just the world of connections. But I want to touch into your expertise in the Instagram world. First of all, what fascinates you with Instagram?
I love to look at beautiful pictures, and I know one thing that I love to look is places to go and visit through Instagram, because I think they're much better than some art agencies to see, the stories of the bloggers. I love Instagram. Is just giving me overall tips on my favorite makeup, hairdo. I learned so much from it. I'm a woman. I learned about the hair. I learned about makeup. I learned about the traveling, about the fashion. Honestly, I just think it's a beautiful app. It's a beautiful social media platform. And I like the authenticity that you have in the stories and how people can talk there and show themselves there. But I also love to see the beautiful pictures, which I know sometimes might be, retouched or with presets, but it doesn't matter. It's like art. I love art. So
yeah, what can people do to utilize Instagram to help build their business as a more effective tool for building their brand and generating leads?
Obviously, it depends on your fields and what you're doing. If you were someone that wanted to be a blogger, then you would have to choose which niche you want to talk to, and what is it, you will have to travel and go to places and start to take so much nice pictures and tell people which restaurants to go and what restaurant to and what hotels to stay. And but it all depends. In my case, the way I brand myself is to empower women. I especially talk to moms, but also to younger women. I want to give them the bigger vision to believe in themselves. I give them tips on fashion and beauty. And so it really depends. But one thing is for sure, you need to give. Okay, people will not follow you just to make you happy. People will follow you because they need something from you. So you need to give people something first in order for them to follow you back and be there and become your fans. And then it's awesome because somehow if I don't post for 2 days, I have tons of people writing me, what happened to you? Are you fine? Are you okay? And it's great because it's like, oh my goodness, people miss me. And it's like, it has become like stronger than TV. And I mean, I think I have 155,000 followers. So it's not like I can't imagine what people that have tons of more followers than me. Wow, they must be hunted with messages, because I have so many messages every day, and I try to answer to all of them. I try.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned with saying giving. That's actually one of my intentions for 2020. I'm going to try to give more in the form of gifts, in the form of gratitude, because like you mentioned, you need to give to receive, right? You need to comment on your friends if they're going to comment on you. You need to
Yes.
be a team player. And that's what happens if you're the person that sends out the Christmas cards. All of a sudden, you got them coming back your way. It's kind of funny though
Yes.
sometimes when like someone sends you a Christmas card and you're like, ah, damn, you just feel guilty. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
I didn't send them no Christmas card. Like, this is awkward, right? You're like, all right,
I
next year I
know.
got you. But
I gotta do it. It's like I got some Christmas cards even in the hotel where I was at Christmas, which means that people took the time to find out if I was gonna be in Dubai or if I was gonna be in Kitzbühel in Austria in a ski place, and I was shocked to see people writing us there. I mean, I came back home to Dubai and I had a few cards here, but to find, to take the time to find out where we were gonna be at Christmas, wow, that was touching. And yeah, I felt guilty. I honestly used social media to wish everybody Merry Christmas, but I didn't send any Christmas cards. I was traveling the whole month of December. I don't have my assistant anymore because she cannot keep up with me. There is no assistant that can keep up with me. So I couldn't do it. I didn't have enough time, really.
I also like that you mentioned finding your niche on Instagram, talking to the type of people you're looking to talk to. Like your whole thing is you're empowering women, specifically young women, on, becoming their best, dreaming big, and really stepping into their power. But a lot of listeners might not know what their niche is. I know personally, when I started my podcast, I used that exact question as one of the drivers to why I wanted to start it in the first place, because I don't know what my niche is. I'm into so many different things, from scuba diving to, health
Yeah,
and gut issues to business to all types of things. But I have found that by going out there, meeting amazing people like yourself and connecting and networking, it helps you get clear on what it is you truly love and what it is you truly like talking about. Do you find that that's a good approach when trying to kind
totally.
of find the niche?
Find out what's your passion, find out what you love to do. And if other people will love what you do as well and will have your same passions, and start from there. And then, your niche can develop. It's not that now I only have women following me. I have, men too, because some men, especially in my field, network marketing, they want to see how to approach women. They want to see how to talk to women. So they follow my videos, and I inspire people also in thinking big. Living in Dubai, I experienced great things. Just yesterday, before yesterday, I went to the movies with the boys, and we had the VIP cinemas with, 3 Michelin restaurant, and as you eat and the whole thing. And I showed it, and so many people were like, oh my God, that's awesome. That's amazing. I want to come to Dubai, and I want to go to the movies like this with my kids. So, I inspire people by, when I go shopping, sometimes I show what I buy, and women are like, I love these shoes. This is my goal for 2020. I'm going to be able to buy these shoes. So it's like in different ways, but I don't force myself to do it. That's how I live. That's how I live now. And I just share it with my people. But another tip, you need to be consistent, and you need to persevere. Even if you get only 3 likes, 4 likes, even if, you don't have any engagements, you have to keep on doing it over and over again, and your time will come, and slowly you will grow.
At what point do you think that with the whole likes deal, Instagram becomes more of an unhealthy thing versus something that's healthy and you're growing your business?
Look, if you go back into my post in August, I really got deep into that. I actually took 1 month off Instagram and Facebook and all social media. I actually deleted the apps because I was realizing that social media was not working anymore for me. I was working for social media. My day depended on how many new followers I got, or how many how many likes, if my likes went up or went down. I realized I was even taking more, swimming costume pictures, even though I was doing it. I started for the right reasons, which were, look, we have products that keep you in shape. I have 3 kids. And I was like, look how amazing our products work. So I started with the right heart and the right reasons. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my goodness, my bikinis picture gets more likes. And I can totally imagine why some girls stepped the line. I didn't, but they stepped the line because they realized that that sells more. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm a self-made millionaire. I'm 44 years old. I'm a mother of 3, and I care about the likes and about the followers. And I'm like, no, that's going the wrong way. I don't like it. So I totally turned it off for 1 month and then went back online with a whole different approach. And ever since, now I'm just using it to serve me, and I will never fall into that trap again.
Yeah, it's crazy with your mental health. I mean, it's a tool, but if not used wrong, then it's going to run you. And I know personally in 2019, social media, definitely, I had a little bit of an unhealthy relationship with it. I had to take a step back as well, just because it's so addicting. I mean, you get these cat pictures, and I love these cats, and I'm sitting there watching all these cats do some stupid stuff. The next thing you know, it's 11:30 at night, and I'm like barely asleep. So, just constantly surrounding yourself with better habits, a habit that I found that has helped me sleep tremendously because my mind's always rushing. I'm always thinking, especially at night, right? It's like the one time you don't want to think, is I put on an Audible out loud. So I'll put on Audible and then I'll leave it on for like 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll be asleep by 20 minutes in, because you just kind of like focus on one thing and it just, you're off. Peace. What do you do on a daily basis that you think maybe allows you to perform at a much higher level of energy?
In my case?
Yeah.
Because I have a natural energy. So, what I can suggest to others to do is, wait, let's cancel this. What do you mean? Sorry, I don't mean it because,
maybe let's answer this better. What's your daily method of operations?
Okay. All right. So whenever, when I wake up, I try every 2 days at least to work out. So I would have a workout routine. I love Pilates, and I love Tracy Anderson's, like I do my own special exercises. Then after that, I would go and have breakfast. Of course, already by then, I already checked my messages. I already checked my mails. I already checked, my WhatsApp messages, because I cannot go on with the day and not have a look at what's going on. If something happened during the evening, I'm 3 hours ahead. I have, I had Europe. America's 12 hours. So even while as I'm asleep, many people will write me, and I have to look at that. I also do my beauty routine. Like I love to take care of my skin in the morning. So I have my routines every day. I have a healthy breakfast, and after that, it depends, really. There are days that I have, meetings. I have days that I have, like today, for example, we have an interview at 9 a.m. So I didn't work out yet. So it really depends, because the great thing about network marketing is that we are free. We don't have bosses. So every day can look different. I try to spend quality time with my kids if I'm here. If I'm not here and I travel, I definitely maximize my time by meeting as many people as I can. I'm a person, like I love to meet people and be surrounded by people. So like, for example, today, after this, I will work out, then I will have breakfast, but then I will go to the beach because I live right in front of the beach, and I'll have a training and a meeting there with some girls of my team. And later on at night, some people are still visiting from abroad. I'll go for dinner with some other friends. My husband is in Las Vegas right now for work. So yeah. But I keep active. Look, I believe if less you do, more lazy you become. So definitely my only boss is my agenda, and my agenda is full. That's for sure.
That's so true. The second you stop and you sit down you're like, oh man, all of a sudden I got tired. What's up? You know, it's like if you stay active, if you stay doing stuff, you just keep on doing stuff, right? Obviously, a cat nap
Yes,
every now and then is fine for the beauty and fine for the brain. But, you
of
know,
course.
yeah, but just
And,
like,
and look, don't take me wrong. When I meant do not watch Netflix, I don't mean forever. I was talking to the people that they don't have time and they want to change their lives, and they say they have no time. Now that doesn't mean that later on, once you build a business, you cannot enjoy once in a while a good series and spend some time with your family also in front of the TV. Okay, like I just want to be clear with that. But I think there is a time in life that if you want to change something, you will have to sacrifice some things that you like to achieve different things in your life.
yeah, absolutely. When I do this podcast, I enjoy going back to this one question because I think it makes everybody just kind of look back at their life like, damn, you know, and it goes to that point where, say, let's go back to that point where, you know, you're screwed financially, you're a single mom with 3 kids, you're kind of at your lowest point. What would you have told yourself if you could go back in time and say, whisper to that younger version of you that would have saved you a ton of time, stress, and headache? You know, maybe 1, 2, or 3 things that just older you to younger you right now, you
Yes.
just would have helped so much.
Yeah.
What do you think you would have told yourself?
Well, first of all, I would have told why you didn't go to the first meeting of network marketing when you were invited. Why you waited so long because you were so skeptical and negative. Why did it take you a year to believe in the profession because you listened to all the negative people? So first thing is, you know, believe earlier, take action earlier, stop listening to negative people, and also stop taking personal attacks and envious people. And in the beginning I was very judged by the decision I took. People lied about certain things, and obviously it hurt me, and I would go back and say it's not worth it. Don't care about what people say anyway. They will talk about you, good or bad, so just go on with your life and think about that God knows who you really are. Your true friends know who you really are. Your kids know who you really are, and move on. And don't let all of this influence you too much.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, but those are that's amazing, because if you have a 1 or 2 or 3 really good friends and you're so happy, you know, and just being able to focus
Yeah,
on those 1, 2, or 3 people and being able to speak to them. Maybe it's your parents, maybe that one good friend from college. Like, you're blessed if you have 1 or 2 good people that are going to call
exactly.
you and check on you when you're sick. You know, it's like, you don't need to worry about, freaking Jill over there on social telling you that, she ain't into what you into. But as human
Exactly.
beings, we're so drawn to the negative comments. It's in psychology that it's proven that if there's 11 comments that are 10 being very good, 1 being very negative, we will focus our entire energy, or at 90% of it, on that
One
1 negative comment. Isn't that crazy?
1,000,000%. It just happened to me. I had an outfit and I put some old shoes that I had on because the jacket had the same crystals of the shoes. And I remember, I have the shoes that have the same crystals. And like everyone's like, oh my goodness, I love your outfit. I love this, I love that. Amazing comments, especially from women, which I love to get comments. You look beautiful. And then one woman writes, oh my goodness, I know these shoes. They're like from 5 years ago. Why did you use them? And I'm like, I cannot believe it. And I focus on that. I'm like, I'm going to answer her. And then I did answer her, actually. But it's crazy. I had literally 400 good comments and 1 negative. And I focus on the negative. So I still fall for it. But then I laugh at myself and then I stop thinking about it. But I totally agree. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take life too seriously either, because you never know what's going to
Yes.
happen.
Yeah, so when people still think that we are not, we are borderline with being legal or illegal. I mean, a business that you have amazing people telling to do, experts like Robert Kiyosaki, Richard Branson, and I still have people telling around, oh yes, Stefania makes so much money, but it's not very legal what she's doing. I'm like, I can't believe it. Oh my God. But I'm like, okay, forget it.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting that some people in this world that are absolutely killing it, right? They might have the house, the car, the friends, everything, and it seems like their life is amazing. And it seems like they're good at everything they do. That's simply just not true. You know, some people are really good at building a click funnel that's going to convert people into money, right? But they might
Yeah.
suck at tying their shoes. They might suck at cooking. You know, they might suck at
Uh,
little aspects in life. No one is perfect at
I'm
everything.
zero perfect. And also, like, going back to social media, what you see on social media is not always reality. Of course, I'm going to show you the best moments. Of course, I'm going to show you, the moments that I have my phone when there is the beautiful sunset or there is the beautiful time outside, with the family. But, if I'm shouting at my kids in that moment, I don't have the phone. But or if I'm in a fight with my husband, in the moment I don't have the phone. But yes, we are all human. We all have our flaws, our faults. I'm terrible at organizing myself. I'm terrible at booking flights, and if I didn't have my husband, I don't know what I would do. So we all, we all have our ups and downs, and we all have realities, bad and good days. But some people somehow they go on social media and they think that that's a reality. It's not. It's not always that.
Yeah, I think the end goal here is just to achieve happiness, right? And trying to achieve happiness where you're at now. Obviously, maybe your financials might not be right, maybe your health might not be right, but if you can still find peace in the moment, the fact is even when you have all the cash in the world, if you're not, enjoying the nicer house or the whatever, if your not health isn't there, none of it really matters. So it's like, what can we do today to focus on our brains and stay happy in the moment? Like, I just want to wake up every day and be like, damn, we made it. Like, life is
Yes.
fantastic,
I'm
right?
alive. I can walk. I can see. Like, being grateful for where you are at. When I lost everything, and I, honestly, like I said, I had to count the dollars in my pocket to go to the supermarket. Honestly, I still had such a great time with the kids. I still enjoy the walks on the beach, which were for free. I still enjoy the sun. I love God. I would pray on the beach, and I have so much peace and have fun. And like you said, go for dinners with friends where everybody brings something. And, I could bake a cake and bring it from some friend's house. So look, today I am financially free, I would say. Yeah, we're doing well financially. But I don't think I'm happier now than I used to be when I was broke. It's all a question of attitude. I'm more free now, and money can buy me some experiences that maybe I couldn't have. But if you are unhappy inside, you will be unhappy even with a big mansion and even with the beautiful cars. I mean, look at actors and actresses. Some of them commit suicide, and they definitely have beautiful houses and beautiful cars, but maybe they don't have love, for example. So I don't want to sound too cliche, but money do not buy you happiness.
But love, where can I buy some love?
Yeah, exactly. You can buy love. There is this saying, money can buy you a house, but not a home. Or they can buy you a partner, but not love. Or, and it is definitely truth. And I definitely live both worlds. And because of my background, how many rich friends, and I'm talking about mega rich, okay, like super famous last names, and how unhappy they were. Like, you have no idea, because maybe their parents had no time for them. Maybe their parents kicked them into boarding school. So definitely build a business which is not only for money, machine making, but build a business that is giving back to others, that is helping others as well, which is giving you a purpose beyond the money. The money is going to be a consequence, but build a business really by making others, by helping others as well. And you will feel totally fulfilled, much more than just thinking about yourself.
I'm so happy you just said that, because that's the most powerful thing that was said today. Build a business that there's purpose behind it, and then you'll feel like you'll never work a day in your life, right?
Yes,
If you
totally.
like the people you work with and doesn't feel like work anymore, you're not working, you're living.
No.
Find something that makes you feel like living. And how sometimes people say, you should turn your, hobby into a career. Yeah, that you got to be careful with that as well, because sometimes a
Yes.
hobby is a hobby, but once it's a career, it takes the fun out of it. And for example,
Yes.
I used to clean, and I used to have a fish tank cleaning business when I was like 14, 15, and
Oh,
16. I'm
wow.
obsessed with aquariums. To this day, I love coral reefs and all that stuff. But when I was sitting there cleaning people's dirty ass tanks in Troy, New York, they call it the toilet back then. There was some ratchet stuff there that was like, you know what? I don't know if I like this much. In general, you should just keep the hobbies. Find a business
True.
that you actually like to do. And let's be real. No business is perfect in euphoria and fantastic. Like, for example, we're both involved in direct sales. I've been involved with a tech startup for quite some time, and in traditional businesses as well, just like yourself. There's ups and downs in every business. There's ups in network marketing, there's ups in traditional business, but there's huge downs everywhere you look. In that 9 to 5, in that typical thing, you might be capped at a certain income. You might be surrounded by toxic people. You might be surrounded by things or jobs that make you do stuff. Same with direct sales. You got to encourage yourself to do stuff. With this podcast, if I don't make myself reach out to individuals, schedule times, it doesn't happen. You got to be self-driven. You got to look for something that makes you happy, because everything's work. But if you're getting a cool outcome out of it, it doesn't feel like work,
Yes. And you said also something very good. Another problem that I see, people don't have discipline when they don't have a boss in telling them what to do. And if you want to change your life, you need to be self-driven and find your own disciplines, find your why, and to do things. If everybody in my team would have a boss that they would have to report to and work at least 1 hour a day, they would be much bigger. But so many people procrastinate. So many people don't take action. And so, like you reached out to me after you saw the Las Vegas event. But you needed to do it. Nobody forced you to do it. You did it. And the same thing is me. I wake up in the morning, I make the phone calls. I could lie down all day at the beach and do nothing at the point I arrived. But then my purpose will be over. I want to empower and help people to find their dreams and their goals, to fulfill their goals. So I need to take actions for that, without being pushed, but I have self-discipline.
Amen. I love it. And first of all, I love your accent. I just think that when you start speaking, it's like, oh, yep, you just got me in a trance. There it is. The Italian's coming out.
I know. I should speak so much better. I lived in the States like for 10 years, and yet I still have such a heavy accent. It's
crazy. So I know you're busy. I know you got stuff to do, but this is a trailblazer. And this is really, what would you say to that person that right now maybe is working, full-time at their job, doesn't really feel like their passion, and they got something that they want to turn into their full-time entrepreneur career? There's some sort of business they're thinking of starting, but something's holding them back. What would you say to that person that's right on the edge of jumping into entrepreneurship for the first time?
Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't be afraid. If you're gonna, you don't want to live with regrets for the rest of your life, try. Worst case scenario, you're gonna try again and again and again, but don't live with regrets. Don't stop believing in your dreams. You have to do it. Everyone was against my decisions when I started my career, but I'm glad that I didn't listen to the negative people, but I listened to my heart. Just do it.
Listen to your heart. Stefania, how can the people continue getting more Stefania in their life? Where can they follow you and whatnot?
They can follow me on Instagram, and hopefully now my TikTok is, I'm also on TikTok with Stefania Logato. I always use my name. And that's it, because honestly, I'm also Facebook, but I'm hardly not there anymore. I have some groups which I use for the business, but the rest is really Instagram right now.
There it is. And definitely next time you and the hubby are out in Los Angeles, I'm looking forward to that brunch. It's going to be a good time.
We will, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. Much. And for everyone that's listening, let's go crush this week, crush the day, make these dreams come true. And with that said, I think we're good.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Len Jones Party of Two. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review and subscribe to stay up to date on our new episodes. And remember, hope is not a strategy. Keep making moves. Till next time, peace.